Good morning, students. After the last notes, we started studying about the fertilization and after fertilization events. We have already seen what is fertilization. Even after fertilization also, we have seen endosperm development. Now, after the endosperm development, we will see embryogeny. What is the meaning of embryogeny? Embryo formation or embryo. How the embryo will convert into. Okay, next is seed formation and fruit formation. First, let us see detailed embryogeny or embryo. So, what happens to the embryo? Embryo develops at the micropylar end of the embryo sac where zygote is situated. Actually, if you remember the diagram, embryo develops. Where is the embryo? Embryo is in the ovary, in the ovule, inside that. You have seen that diagram, how the embryo is formed inside the embryo sac and where the zygote is situated. So first, if you remember the diagram, you will see a stepwise diagram separately. First, roughly if you see the diagram, last time also I showed you this diagram. This is the female gametophyte, ovary and ovary walls, and inside that ovule, embryo sac. This is the pistil and all. So fertilization has taken place after the here nucellus cells, and these are the ovary walls. These are the ovary walls, and this is embryo sac, ovary and embryo sac, inside the embryo sac. So this diagram you have learned. Inside the embryo sac, what is this end is called? This is called micropyle end. This is called micropyle end. And this is here egg apparatus will be there. Here egg apparatus will be there. And this is the zygote is formed. This is the zygote. So here this is the, after the zygote, embryo is formed. This development of the embryo. Okay, how this zygote and embryo takes place. Here polar nucleus, this is the what is formed 3N, this is 2N, and this is 3N endosperm. This development we have studied, endosperm. Okay, this endosperm here nucleus to 3N nucleus, like that. Here antipodal cells, these are the antipodal cell. So now this zygote development, that zygote whatever is there, this is embryo sac. Inside the embryo sac, how the embryo development takes place. Suppose if you see the textbook diagram also here also, so the diagram simply it is showed, it will be shown that this will be taken out the diagram in your textbook, and this diagram you have to learn for the board purpose also. So here reverse diagram. Suppose here this micropyle end and this is chalazal end. At the micropyle end, what will be there? At the synergids and egg apparatus. This will be given in the textbook here. This is the embryo developing one. This here. These are the antipodal, and this is endosperm nucleus and already developed one. So this diagram, from this in the textbook stages will be given. Zygote, embryo, and from this embryo sac, this embryo is taken away, and how this development takes place. This zygote will be taken with the nucleus. This is 2N nucleus. So the development of this embryo sac, from the embryo sac, embryo development, how it divides in the monocotyledon also, in the dicotyledon also, how this zygote embryo development takes place. Two mitotically divides and it forms the total structure of the dicotyledon structure. If it is monocotyledon structure. So let us see this with the points and the diagrams very clearly. So now the embryo development, what I told you, even in a NCERT diagram also, this I will explain. In the NCERT also, this is a very important board diagram. Okay, this is very important board diagram. The fertilized embryo sac, this is embryo sac. What I showed you that board also, this came from the ovary, ovule and every inside that embryo sac is taken out. From this embryo sac, this particular zygote is taken away. If you see in the pistil, this will be opposite direction. So opposite direction means egg apparatus will be down, the diagram will be reverse side. If you can see that also in the fertilization where it is taken place, here you see. So the egg apparatus is this. So the same diagram is given in the opposite direction, and here also the total is not taken. This is 3N endosperm, in it will divide and gives here many cells. So only zygote is taken away. So this zygote, after the many divisions, how it is converting into dicotyledon, cotyledons, that you will see. Okay, now you see this diagram. I'll explain here. So this is the embryo sac, fertilized embryo sac showing zygote and primary endosperm. This is the pen. Pen means primary endosperm nucleus. Okay, here the primary endosperm cells will be there. So these two synergids slowly degenerate. Now the zygote. Now this zygote diagram we are showing out. So how the zygote will divide? Actually, zygote mitotically divides transversally, and two cells will be formed, two unequal cells. So you can see this zygote, one mitotic division, two cells are formed. One is called the suspensor. This cell is called the suspensor cell. Okay, and this it has a central vacuole, and next here some central vacuole, and it has an apical, and this cell is embryo cell. This cell is, down one is embryo cell, upper one is suspensor cell. Okay, so this down one embryo cell is towards what? Here, suppose if this is divided into two, this down one embryo cell is at the this is apical towards the antipodal. Means if this is divided here, okay, this is embryo cell. This embryo cell is towards the inside, towards the antipodal cell. Okay, these are the antipodal cells, down portion. Okay, next to suspensor, this is having the central vacuole nucleus. Okay, now the suspensor go on dividing. Okay, this is the suspensor. It divides. One cell will be here, a hostorial cell, and these are the 6 to 10. These are the suspensor cells that will be formed. Okay, then the suspensor cell, what happens, helps in pushing the embryo in the endosperm. The suspensor cell, here suspensor is forming, no. So this will be pushed, the embryo cell, this embryo cell will be pushed inside, because this total structure will be formed here. When dividing cells are forming, this embryo cell will be pushed inside the endosperm. Here endosperm is there, so towards the endosperm this total structure will be, and this embryo cell also mitotically divides, first 4 cells, next 8 cells, like that it goes on dividing, and this outer portion dermatogen, like that. So if you see this division of the cells here, this division of cells, if you see here, okay, this is the continuing hostorial cells, these are the suspensor cells. Here after the dividing mitotically, that makes structure. Okay, one is giving here upper portion means towards the antipodal cells, towards the root cap will be there, root tip will be there, and procambium will be there, ground meristem will be there. So if you see this structure, embryo formation develops from at the micropolar end of the embryo sac. Whatever notes I had given, again I am explaining from that, where the zygote is situated, and embryo formation starts after this. First of all, embryo formation, embryo division needs to take place, then it needs nourishment. From where it will get the nourishment? So developing embryo gets nourishment from the nucellular cells, because the nucellular cells contains a large amount of food material. Okay, that food material of the endosperm cells are used as nutrition for the growing embryo. Okay, the now early stages of the embryo development, both this is dicotyledon, whereas monocotyledon, dicotyledon, that will be the same. Okay, so suppose if you see in the dicotyledon, already at divisions I had explained, Dicotyledon, if you see according to your textbook also, first proembryo will be there. Okay, proembryo starting one. Second is globular will be there. Proembryo, globular will be there. Then heart shape will be there, and mature embryo will be there. And this is typical dicotyledon embryo. Okay, so the portion of the here embryonal axis and the level of the here embryonal axis, two cotyledons will be there, and the cotyledons are terminating with the plumellae. If you see, this is the plumellae. Okay, what is the other name of the plumellae? Plumellae gives rise shoot of the plant or stem. So this is the shoot or shoot step also. Plumellae we can call embryonal axis, from the embryonal axis to cotyledons, and from the cotyledons that plumellae at the end is the plumellae or stem tip. Okay, this is called epicotyle. Epicotyle comes to the down, epicotyle. Okay, and again that portion below the level of the cotyledons is called, down one is called the hypocotyle. This is called epicotyle, and down one is called the hypocotyle. And this hypocotyle terminates into the lower portion. Lower portion radical, below the radical, to protect the radical turns into root. Okay, the radical is protected with a cap, that is the root cap, root tip. Okay, root tip is protected a cap, that cap is called root. So in the dicotyledon, from the here the development has taken place, embryonal axis. From the embryonal axis, cotyledons, at the end of the cotyledons it will turn into plumellae, and plumellae will give rise to shoot or stem, and below that whatever epicotyle will be there, and down to the epicotyle, hypocotyle. At the end of the hypocotyle, radical, and radical root, this turns into root, this turns into stem. Okay, almost. So now here also this diagram turns into like this: cotyledons, plumellae, mature, this one. Okay, in monocotyledons also, monocotyledon diagram I have not given. Here you can see monocotyledon diagram. This is monocotyledon diagram. Okay, in monocotyledon diagram also, monocotyledon plant also, embryo has only one cotyledon. That is why it is called one cotyledon. Monocotyledon means one cotyledon. Okay, here you see, this is embryonal axis. At the end of the embryonal axis, scutellum part is called. Scutellum is nothing but cotyledon. Scutellum means one cotyledon. This will be 1 mark question. Okay, it is situated towards one side of the embryonal axis. This is embryonal axis. One side of the embryonal axis, the scutellum is situated. Okay, now from this if you see the embryonal axis and radical on its lower end, this is the lower end, embryonal axis and scutal cotyledon. At the lower end it has hypocotyle, this hypocotyle region, and here radical is there. Where is radical? This is radical, and this radical is covered with, here this is radical is covered, covered by a undifferentiated tissue is there. Radical is covered with the undifferentiated tissue. This is radical, it is covered with the undifferentiated tissue. The tissue is coleorhiza. This is 1 mark question. What is the cover of the radical root cap? So coleorhiza. Same way here also if you come, so the portion of the embryonal axis above the level, this is down level, this is the above level, attachment is called scutellum. What already called cotyledon I told. After that epicotyledon, scutellum, and that is below that epicotyledon. And here if you come to the epicotyledon, that is shoot apex. Okay, and some leaf like structures are arranging. This is shoot apex, above that leaf like structures are arising, and shoot apex is covered with a leaf primordium structures like that, that is called coleoptile. So shoot apex is covered by coleoptile, and root radical is covered by coleorhiza. Don't forget these two words, coleorhiza, coleoptile. Coleoptile is for the shoot apex, coleorhiza is for the, these are two 1 mark questions, which is covered by the root. Apex is covered by what, and shoot apex is covered by what. Okay, now if you see seed formation and seed, this one, angiosperms seed formation. And seed, actually I have not given. These seed diagrams are very important. First of all, this dicotyledon seed, this is castor which gives very high oil, castor seed. This is onion. This labeling is not there in the book. I will give this photo also with the labeling. This is onion and this is maize. This is very important. Draw and label this one also, dicotyledon also, and this is castor. Okay, and this is apple. This is actually some seeds, that is. Okay, actually for the angiosperm, seed is the important. Seed is the final product of the, after the sexual reproduction, the seed is formed. Okay. Actually we can say this is a fertilized ovule, seeds, and seeds are formed. Where the seeds are formed? Seeds are formed inside the fruits. A seed typically consists of, what are there? Seed coats. If you see the labeling, seed coat, seeds contains seed coat and cotyledons. You can see cotyledons also, cotyledons, seed coat and cotyledons. Okay, next embryonal axis. And angiospermic, after double fertilization, this structure is produced. No, after double fertilization, what is produced? Already I told you, zygote is produced. The zygote name is either zygote or oospore. And one more thing is produced, that is endosperm. Triploid endosperm means 3N endosperm. And it endosperm, what is the function of endosperm? That also you know, that endosperm provides food for the growing embryo. Okay, it has a nutritive tissue that is called endosperm, and afterwards zygote forms the embryo, and embryo development we have seen. So now let us slightly see about the endosperm. Okay, endosperm, no doubt it gives food to the growing embryo, and that will be central part of the embryo. And what happens, you know, in some seeds the endosperm remains. In some seeds the endosperm remains completely not finished or not used by the growing embryo. Some seeds it persists. Persist means it remains after the seed formation, embryo completely developed condition also. Okay, wherever the endosperm is persistent or wherever the endosperm is present, such seeds are called, this is the castor seed, this is maize seed. You can take one maize, whatever you are eating the maize, one seed if you cut, that will be visible like this. Okay, then wherever endosperm is present after the formation of the seed also, that seeds are called albuminous. The seeds are called albuminous. Okay, so what is albuminous seeds? The seeds which contain endosperm after formation of the seed, completely developed seed. Examples, very important, what are albuminous? Examples of albuminous seeds: castor is a albuminous, maize is a albuminous, and wheat, it is not given, wheat is also, barley, sunflower. Castor, maize, wheat, barley, sunflower. Okay, and in some other the endosperm, suppose here you see this is beans. Okay, the endosperm is completely consumed, so the seed formed and endosperm is not there. Okay, such seeds are called non-endospermic or X-albuminous, non-endospermic or X-albuminous. So these are the albuminic seeds, endosperm is there, and some of the seeds which completely consumed the endosperm, they are non-albuminous or X-albuminous. Example, this is, if you see this, you can easily identify beans, pea, gram, all these are non-albuminous. Only they have cotyledons, but they don't have any endosperm material. Okay, in some seeds remains of nucellus persist as peristome. Some seeds nucellus is different. Where are the nucellus? Nucellus cells are when embryo is formed. In the embryo, when embryo is formed, embryonal, this one here, This is embryo sac. Above the embryo sac, some cells are there. These cells are called nucellus cells. So wherever the nucellus cells are there, okay, that nucellus cells remains in some of the cells. That example is important. Black pepper beet. It is not given here. Just that example you have to remember. Okay. So now the integuments means wall. So the integuments of walls. Integuments means ovary walls. Outer wall, first wall, second wall. That ovary walls. This ovary walls like this. Okay. Integuments. Integuments of the ovary. So they will transfer into seed coat. Ovary walls are converting into seed coat, and seed coat contains outer testa. All these completely diagram labeling is not there. Okay, outer layer is called testa and inner is called tegments. Suppose if you take a swollen bean seed, if you not bean seed, gram seed, and if you open the gram seed, outer brown color will be there, that will be testa, and inside one very thin polythene layer, thin layer cover will be there, inside layer, inner tegment. Okay, outside testa and inner tegment. And now if you see in the dry seeds, the embryo persists. Embryo will be there, but that will be inactive condition. So first of all, seeds will dry and they will be sometime will not germinate, and they will be in an inactive condition, and that is called dormancy. Seed which is not germinating in a given conditions also and remain dormant, that is dormant condition. So the micropyle of the ovule is changed into micropyle, and seed through which where there one small pore like that will be there, micropyle, and this one, okay, their hilum. So there one small hole like that is there. Through that water enters into the seed, and for it helps in the germination. Okay, germination. So whatever till now whatever we have learned, albuminic or non-albuminic seeds, testa, tegma structures, and all these. So now tomorrow we will learn about the what are true fruits, what are false fruits. Really, after with fertilization, after that what is formed into fruit. Sometimes other than the ovary part also turns into fruit. So that tomorrow another video we will learn.